Good morning, students. I hope the first class of function was useful to you. And in the last class, we discussed about what is a function and why we use function in our program. And also, two different types of function was discussed. Those two different types of functions were a function that returns a value and a function that does not return a value. Today we are going to discuss four different types of function. Number one, a function that takes argument but does not return a value. A function that does not take any argument and does not return a value. A function that does not take argument but returns a value. And the last type is a function that takes argument and returns a value. And after that we'll be discussing about what is actual parameter and what is formal parameter, and we'll identify actual and formal parameter from a program, and also we'll know the relation between the actual and formal parameter. After watching the video, there is a assignment that will be given to you. Please try to solve it, and if you have any query, any doubt, please let me know through your Google Classroom or through your, you can mail me. Those questions will be solved for you. Thank you. So now we'll be talking about the first type of function, that is a function that does not take any argument and does not return a value. We have named this function as type 1 function. So here, as you can see, we have defined a function that is with the help of the keyword def, and we have named the function as fun without argument. And here, fun without argument, and here the empty round bracket you can see that shows the function that it does not accept any argument. So it does not take any input from its caller function. So inside the function body, as you can see, x equals to enter your name. So this is the function body. When we'll call the function, it will get executed, and then it's print the welcome x. That means whatever value you will provide, that will be printed after welcome. And in the next line, we are just calling the function. As we are calling a function that does not return a value, we will be just writing the name of the function. So we are writing fun without argument, and the empty parameter shows we are not passing any parameter when we are calling the function. So this is the first type of function. So when we are running it, it's asking enter your name. We are giving our name, and then it's printing welcome running. So this is the first type of function. Okay. So this is the first type of function. And let's go to the next type, that is type 2 function. It's a function that does not take any argument but returns a value. Okay, we have named this function as type 2 function. So here we have defined the function with the help of def, and we have named the function as fun without argument. Then inside the body of the function, we are writing x int input, enter the value you want to return, and we are returning the value. Do not try to find any meaning in this program. This is just to make you understand the syntax of this type 2 function. So when we are calling the function, see here is something changed with if we just compare it with the last program. When we are calling a function that is returning a value, we are calling it in a different manner. We can call this function directly from print statement, or there is an alternative procedure. We are using the alternative procedure here. We are calling it in a variable y. We are writing y equals to fun without argument. That means whatever value it will return, that will be stored in y. Now if we do not print y, no value will be printed. But here we are printing y, so it's printing 9, as we have provided 9 as input. So this is the type 2 function. Then you are going to the type 3 of function. That means we have already done this with the first program of ours. Here this function will accept argument but will not return a value. So it will work like an assistant that will accept input from us but will not directly return it. It will print it itself, will print it. Okay. So here we are defining the function as def func with argument, and we are taking two argument a and b, and we are just comparing the values of a and b. If a is greater than b, we are printing a, and if it is not, we are printing b. Basically we are going to trying to find out the larger number between a and b, but we have not taken care of the case that a and b can be equal also. So when we are calling the function, as it is not returning a value, we are just writing the name of the function and we are providing two values 9 and 10. And when we are calling the function c, it's giving a output 10. That means the larger value is getting printed. And finally the type 4 function, the last type of function that we are discussing here. Here this function taking argument and returning a value too. So here we have just done a slight modification to the last program. Here we are taking two values a and b, and if a is greater than b, it's not printing directly, it's returning it, and else it is returning b. And we are calling the function c x equals to func with argument, and we are providing two input 9 and 10. That means the greater value will not get printed here, it will be stored in x. And for a change, we have not printed x here. So as you can see, the output portion, it's not giving any output as we have not printed x. Okay. So these were the 4 type of function. Now something more is also there, that is actual parameter and formal parameter. Now there are 2 types of parameter, actual parameter and formal parameter. First let's start with the definition. Formal parameters is a variable are the variables that we pass to the function as input while defining the function. That means when we are defining the function, within round bracket whatever we are providing, whatever we are writing, if we write anything, that will be called formal parameter. So if we see it here, def welcome within bracket text, here text is called formal parameter. And what is actual parameter then? The actual parameters are the variables that we pass to the function as input while actually we call the function. That means here, see the calling portion, we are providing welcome and within bracket we are providing home. Then home is the actual parameter. That means basically it is understood that when we are providing the value home, it will be copied to text. That means the value of actual parameter will be copied to formal parameter. Okay, so that is the difference between actual parameter and formal parameter. And finally, this is the assignment portion. There are 2 questions. What are the actual and formal parameter? Explain with example. Solve it, try to solve it yourself, and if you face any problem, please let me know. And the second question is you have to do it in Python program. Write a program in Python with 4 functions. A function that does not accept any argument and does not return any value. A function that does not accept argument but returns a value. Number 3, a function that accepts argument and returns value. And number 4 is a function that accepts argument but does not return any value. All these 4 types of function you will have to write in a Python program, and then you have to run this program. And also when you will be writing these 4 types of function, in each case please point out actual parameter and formal parameter. I hope this class will be beneficial for you. After doing this assignment,